between sending that very, very strongly worded resignation letter and taking it back the next day with an apology, what was going on? Tell us what you were thinking. Explain to me what happened.
It was very efficient way of getting things done. Okay, we need this or this, and so I think in the evening we sat and we agreed on certain things and just back to work.
Okay, so there was
like an internal thing,
that got blown. Come on, a CEO resigning is not an internal thing.
Yeah, it's an internal thing, between the board member and me.
That resignation letter said, I don't think you guys are, and I'm quoting here, intellectually capable enough of having a sensible discussion anymore. This is something which I not just believe, but I can prove to your faces. For any sort of investment.
It's every day at housing, I would say.
Really?
You will see, such like very. These are very hard word for the outside one, but this is how internally we operate.
So hang on. So this is interesting then, because you are a role model now for every one of your employees, sitting outside. And if you're saying it was an efficient way to get something done, is that the culture you're building within housing, where if I'm assume one of your employees and things are not going my way, I can send a similarly worded letter to Rahul Yadav saying that, you know what, I don't think you're capable of thought anymore, I'm walking out.
So one guy was planning to join housing, and he said, he didn't like the job at the last company, and that's why he's quitting. I said, it's just not the right way of doing things. You should have gone in the center of your office, taken a mic and said, guys, I'm not getting a good work here. You should broadcast, shout, and I'm sure your boss would have come and would have solved the problem. So you need to speak, you need to communicate.
Okay, so this is a culture that you're building within the organization. To just come out and tell me what's on your mind.
Yeah.
You want people to be honest with you. Have you sorted out your differences with the board right now, or should we expect you to quit the next time they don't agree with something?
No, so I don't think there are any differences.
Okay.
People who know me from the college time, they know that this is how, this is the way I work, and there are many investors who are there from last 2 years with us, and they already know how Rahul is, and it's normal. I mean, it's just different people have different personality, and I think they are used to it.
Let's talk about the fact that you handed away all of your shares. Ideally, what sort of result did you want that action to bring? What were you hoping for?
Clarity, that we are not doing this thing for the sake of money. Simple.
Okay.
And clarity for outside people, for internal people, and for myself, personally.
Okay.
When I was quitting from IIT, people said, "Ki yaar 3 courses kar le khatam." And when you do, then you always think that you always have the degree and you can always go back to a job world. But if you cut it, it gives you clarity. Okay. Same way, if somebody, let's say, is not performing in a particular role, people say, let's let him continue, and then we get better guy. I say no, just cut it. So I believe in getting clarity first, and then it basically helps a lot.
Okay, so all or nothing basically.
Yeah.
Okay. It was interesting too. I think about a day or two before you made that decision, Nick Goodman of GoPro made a similar decision, but his was a commitment that he had made to a roommate. Was there an inspiration drawn out of that in any way?
No. I read that news after few. So this was planned almost, I would say, month before. I mean,
overlapping with the resignation, or was the resignation?
No. It's even before that.
Okay.
Even before that, I discussed with a couple of team members also that I'm trying to do this, and they said it's a great thing. We should do it. Yeah. So to roll out.
What has all of this meant for morale on the ground? Because I remember there was this one report that said there are some colleagues who are worried that because Rahul no longer has stake in the company, that now he could leave us whenever he wants to. Is that some sort of feeling on the ground as well?
So I was never in the company for the stake. That's why that's the clarity I wanted to communicate to the people, that I am here to solve your real estate problem.